Hey everybody, today we're talking about the barnfind Impala. Now, we bought this car about a year and a half ago here with the simple intent to put a 454 in it with a turbo 400 and just drive it, do nothing else. It was already a pretty well complete car with all the wiring in it, just needed that engine and transmission, had good registration, and sat for roughly 35 years, I believe it was. So it seemed like a pretty promising plan, nothing too crazy, very minimal effort, very minimal expense to put into the car. And things just kind of spiraled from there. We started doing wet sand and polish on the patina to kind of bring it back to life, make it shine again. And yeah, from there, it just kind of ended up in a full restoration. Before we knew it, we had the frame out from underneath the car, fully stripped down, sandblasted. Fully re-welded every last weld on this chassis because why not? And sent it out to powder coat because when you're building a low budget, affordable, cheap roadkill style muscle car, why not have a powder coated frame? And then from there, obviously we had to go ahead and get all new bushings and bearings and brakes and everything. The rear end's freshly rebuilt with 410s, a posi, and it's an original 12 bolt with all the bracing and all the A-arm, or not A-arms, but link bars are all braced up like they would have been done back in the 60s and 70s when they were drag racing these cars. The disc brake kit is a full custom homemade kit using Camaro, like 71 Camaro rotors and calipers and pads and everything. And yeah, of course, once we did that, the 454 truck block we had wasn't quite enough for the build, so that kind of turned into, well, this 427. Now, it is still essentially the same engine that we planned on putting in there originally. It's a 70s 454 truck block. But aside from that and maybe, well, the rods, everything else is different than any other 454. We're running a set of Winters aluminum heads. They are 077 cast, which is a 70s version of like a L88 427 Corvette head. The intake manifold is an L78, like a Camaro or Nova 427 intake as well, or 396 intake. We're running a forged 427 crankshaft, a set of 26cc domed Keith Black pistons, and should be somewhere in that 11.5 to 1 compression ratio, hopefully when we're done. Paired that with the 610, 632 lift roller crane cam and our roller rocker assembly. We should be looking at a decently high revving, high horsepower, probably in about the 550, 600 horsepower range. Big block 427. And of course, we decided to build a custom air filter, kind of inspired by the L72 dual snorkel. The valve covers themselves are 90s truck valve covers that we've raised up 1.5 inches to make room for the roller rockers and possibly a stud girdle in the future because, well, probably going to need stuff like that. Building a full custom mid-mount accessory drive for it to make it look nice and clean under the hood of the Impala. And that's about that. We're running an MSD distributor, full MSD electronic ignition box, and still undecided on headers. Probably going to do something a little custom there, so make sure to stay tuned. As well as paint this thing a funky color that's not Chevy red or orange. So make sure you stay tuned for that because I'm sure a lot of you will want to see that and probably complain about it. The carburetor, at least right now, is a 770 Holley vacuum secondary. Probably going to end up going to a 800 CFM double pumper or something around there. And yeah, that's about that for the motor. We'll be running a turbo 400 transmission as well with a ratchet shifter, kind of original ratchet shifter on the interior. We've also got beautiful original bucket seats that will probably end up getting reupholstered because they're showing their age. The rest of the interior, though, is in immaculate condition. We've got an original tack in the gauge cluster. We've got the rally pack or console gauge pack here. Center console, the best looking, beautiful Chevy steering wheel. I think it's just the best Chevy steering wheel they ever made. And of course, my favorite part of the entire build, these 15x7 Krager wheels wrapped in 295s in the rear and some nice skinnies up front. Personally, I don't think anything looks better than a nice Krager on an old 60s Chevy muscle car. And that's the story of the barnfind Impala up to this point. Make sure you follow along for more, because we're going to get this thing on the road here hopefully in the next month or so. Try and get it ready for the first car show of the year coming up. And yeah, hopefully do lots of burnouts, maybe drag race this thing. I would say autocross it, but it's quite a boat. Other than that, yeah, make sure you follow along, hit that subscribe button, and stay tuned for more projects and many other things here in the near future, because, well, there's always something going on around here, and we might just be stupid enough to record it. So, yeah, stay tuned as always.